Hello and welcome back to round 4 of Legacy. We're doing straight into the matchup this time. This is table 1, so undefeated players. On the left we've got Jack Jiggins playing Death and Taxes as we saw in the first round. On the right hand side we have Michael Wybrow playing Wybrow playing Merfolk.
The year is 2012. It's Death and Taxes versus Merfolk.
Except Merfolk now has True Name Nemesis.
Make Legacy great again. Well, True Name came out in 2012, right?
I
think
don't
it was like the
know
tail
when True
end of-
Name got... Maybe.
Or maybe it was 2013. Oh,
Okay.
whatever. It still works in 2013. No, it wasn't 14.
So we've got an Ether Vial on Michael's side of the board, which pretty much makes this a snap keep. And I think a similar kind of mode would be followed for Jack.
Who do you think's favouring this matchup?
I don't. So the matchup is really weird. I've played Merfolk for quite a long time. Essentially, Merfolk wants to get down a True Name and ignore everything that the Death Right's doing and the Death and Taxes is doing. And Death and Taxes wants to get down a Mum and a Sword of Fire and Ice and ignore everything that Merfolk's doing. And because they've both got Vial on either side, they're really good at ignoring what the other person's doing.
How do you like Jack leading on Richard and Port on the Aether Vial instead of the Plains? Try a bit of mind games there maybe to try and bait a Force of Will.
Look, baby, but...
And Michael had Force of Will.
Look, I would straight up... Ooh, pardon me. I would snap force the... I would snap force the Aether Vial given the option. And
Yeah,
he's
so would
revealed
I.
a second Silvergill Adept to his first one, so looks like we're going to be drawing a few cards on the Merfolk side.
All right, so Sanctum Prelate on, I don't know, what, 3 or 2?
5.
What's 5? Force of Will.
Force of Will. It's 5
Would you want to stop their own GT now that you've got your own in play?
Well, it's non-creature permanents. You've got GT and Daze, or you've got Force of Will.
I'd go on 2.
And, like, the only other thing is Chalice, but Chalice isn't relevant in this matchup. Okay, so
Alright.
we're going Daze and GT. And he puts
The
in...
Spirit of Labyrinth.
Spirit of the Labyrinth, sure.
All right, so it's actually going to somehow have an impact against the Merfolk deck with the Aether Vial.
Well,
So
the
I
thing
suppose
is-
you can wait until on Jack's turn and then just draw the
Like,
card through the Aether Vial.
I think this matchup's close to over just because he's got the GT online now.
Oh, and a player in hand as
And
well.
a power in hand, so
Why
it
not?
seems quite good.
Why not? Whoever makes Sok great again you're an absolute marvel. Just so you know. All right, so
Just looking for some options.
we perhaps could have Force of Willed something, but
Yeah, I'm not sure what that second card from the top is.
all right, so we're going to equip and bash.
Yeah, so I would straight up take that trade, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're not really going to get another chance. Goes for the card draw on his opponent's turn, getting around the spirit restriction. And
What? Go for the double block?
don't think so. Doesn't really benefit at all.
Play around, play out. But that doesn't make sense either, does it?
No. Okay, so we've got that on 3. I think we're going to see a True Name if he has one. I think that's a Smuggler's Copter over there in his hand, so that's a little bit spicy.
Crew. Yeah, I'm not sure what Michael's forcing. Maybe he just doesn't want to spend a blue card.
Okay, so plays 3, plays a True Name Nemesis.
Maybe he's got 2 in hand then.
A little bit hard to see. Holding his hand close to chest. Swings in against the GT with counters on it, and
Also Athalia apparently with first
gets
strike.
hit by Athalia.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Athalia's not doing a great deal in this matchup.
Well, Thalia's good at blocking, but not if there's a True Name Nemesis on the other side of the board.
I do like that True Name Nemesis really is the true nemesis of all Death and Taxes decks.
Yeah, it's essentially just acting as a moat for the time being.
Yep, no attacks, no good attacks or blocks. Imagine if he played that.
Double
Ooh,
True Name.
Yeah, so now we can just go 3, 3, 6.
That's a blue-looking moat that he's got over there.
These are my Oh, and a phantasmal image. Fantastic.
Oh.
Wow. So turn 2 Jitte and creatures not good enough.
Not at the moment. So as I said, like
I mean, if Jack draws a flyer, that's
as I said, the aim with this deck is to ignore what the other side of the board is doing. So that's what Michael's doing. He's got his 3 True Name Nemesis, and he's just going to be beating it in all day long. And Jack at the moment is looking for Stoneforge Mystic so that he can drop in a Sword of Fire and Ice, or he's looking for a flyer, as you said, so that he can get the Jitte going.
He's got a Lord of Atlantis as well, so he can actually in for 8.
In for 12.
Sorry.
If he wants to.
Who's good at this? Oh,
So it depends if you want to leave something back, but yeah, just...
Oh, he can't because it doesn't have haste, obviously. The Phantasmal image.
No.
So down to 12. Sanctum Prelate looking wonderful. Wonder why we won't cast... Unless he's holding on to the Force of Will. So there's a Stoneforge Mystic, but it's probably too slow.
Yeah, so he's got Chalice, Force, blue card, and which is Lord of Atlantis, and something which I can't see at the top.
Chalice on 2.
Seems bad for the deck.
I assume we'll just see an attack another 6.
Yeah, just attack him for 6. Not gonna do harm.
Oh.
Decides to go in for the full 9 here. Put him down to 5.
Unless he's got like another true name.
So looks like we're playing around the Jitte, just gaining life. So it means that
Yeah, but Jitte can't gain life forever if it can never put more than those 2 counters on it.
Yeah, that's fair. Or it might mean he's even got a 4th true name somehow in hand and is going to vial it in. See exactly what happens here.
Oh, please do Chalice on 2, please. No, Alex not to. He's going to port the Mutavault. Alright, so we'll see an attack for 5.
No, for 4 plus 3.
Oh,
7.
sure. Sanctum Prelate's getting in there as well.
And then I think Jack's just deciding whether or not he wants to be using the Jitte here or not. So that would pump it up to 11 instead. But I think it's just going to be doing better as life gain here instead.
Given how Jack's played so far, I would not have attacked the last turn, as I said before he made the play, and now we're here. The way to beat Death and Taxes with True Name, or 2 of them, is attack for 3 and put them down to 6, and then attack with the last one.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense. So there's not really much in Jack's deck which interacts with the True Name Nemesis. The only thing that he's really going to have is Council's Judgment, and we don't have that to post board.
Yeah, you just have to 2 ships in passing the night at whether it's Batterskull or a flyer with Jitte. Jack's doing a bit of maths, so he's gonna. No, just
looks like he's not pumping, and we go up to 4. Now there's 2 Swords of Plowshares in Jack's hand, so it's actually very negative EV to be playing any creatures. If he does get down the Chalice on 1, then he can play around that though. And it looks like he's swinging for 9 again. So Jack stabilizes, goes back to 1 life with that Thalia, and we'll see a similar attack next turn as well.
I wonder why he didn't just play the Lord and then Force of Will, whatever.
Like, I feel like Michael should just be leaving back one of his true names. It's this
the post-combat
Lord of Atlantis.
Sure, why not? All right, so see Mother of Runes.
Feel like the Chalice would have been a better play here. We'll see whether or not he decides to block with the
what is
Lord
this?
of Atlantis at all. Wow. And Jack packs it up to that.
So there is a method to the madness. I shouldn't be so harsh. No, that's not normally how the matchup goes in my experience. It's normally a much,
That's how
especially if there's a turn 2 Jite.
pretty much how the matchup has gone every time I played it. I either have a true name and I do something like that, or I don't and they swing in. And it's just like 50-50 how it happens. You lose the main advantage of Merfolk, which is your opponent having good cards known as islands on their side of the board, which is a little annoying.
I know Jack's a big fan of Stoneforge Mystic down to only 3 copies, not 4.
Okay.
And I wonder if he's regretting that now because he can't so quickly get Sword Fire and Ice or
Yeah, maybe.
because the equipment really is the way to punch through and win.
I'd like to call a judge on Jack because once again he has his cards upside down.
No, that's just how he does it.
I know, and I'm going to call judge on him turn 1 of the tournament if I sit down against him.
To make sure these decks are he's
all aligned the right way.
yeah. You know what? True name's just cash money, isn't it?
Yep. So, from the Merfolk
I
perspective...
think Jack was protected from Cryptic Command, though, because of the port and the Thalia.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So, Michael's side, you really just want to take out the Chalice of the Void. They don't really do a lot of the deck against Death and Taxes because there's such a variety of different converted mana costs. And then you just bring in... sometimes you play Null Rod, which is obviously a reasonable card.
Probably pretty good, yeah.
I like playing Manriki Gusari in my sideboard, and you can copy your opponent's Stoneforge Mystic with your Phantasmal Image to go fetch it out of your deck.
Yeah, Mandarin Gazari is much better in Merfolk than D&T. Because D&T actually has to have a creature that's able to tap. Whereas Merfolk just has true name that can really not be interacted with.
That's right. And then really just depends on how do you decide to play it.
Give me the Jig Dog and free my soul. I want to get lost in your rock and roll.
Soul.
What song is that? Joan Jett?
I
Don't laugh at me.
Oh, I don't. I'm just trying to remember who the artist is.
Come on, make Salt great again. I do love whoever this person is. This absolute master troll.
So pretty much what they've been doing the whole time.
All right, so see Michael bringing in some blue spells. Amazing, isn't it?
Some blue spells and Jack's bringing in some white spells. This is some high-level commentary we've got here.
I like it. Blue and white, the 2 best colours in the world.
What's more, during the game, Jack is going to play some white spells and Michael's going to be playing some blue spells.
And they both play some colours as well.
This is a shock to me. Please stop the news. We're going to have to put out a special edition.
Tell me something you don't know, right? Or let me tell you something you don't know.
Okay.
All right, so... All right, Recruiter of the Guard seems to be coming out. You know what? I think tonight's been the night of unorthodox. Unorthodox plays, unorthodox boarding, unorthodox matches.
Yeah.
Unorthodox cards, you know, sometimes upside down.
I did just see a containment piece come in from Jack.
Oh, what, like the mirror break where like, they have the vial and you just get them.
Yeah, so my file's better than your file if I've got a Flicker Wisp.
I once did that against, I think it was, I was playing Death and Taxes against Goblins, and they just cast everything the fair way. You know, like 4 mana Ringleader, 5 mana Siege Gang Commander. I got absolutely trounced.
So let's go back a few seconds. You were playing against Goblins.
Yeah, I was.
And what were you playing?
Death and Taxes. It was against Fernando, the
the better Goblin player.
Yeah. I'm like the worst Goblin player in Melbourne. There's only like 3. Shout out to Jimbo Dowling, judge here tonight.
Do you feel like lending me your playset of Chainwhirler so that I can play the?
I don't have a single Chainwhirler. It's too expensive for me.
I've got a single Chainwhirler. Got it at the pre-release.
People are saying it's actually a good card in Legacy Goblins. I don't say how. All right, so Force Will's still in.
Just have to play 16 lands and no other spells.
All right, so looks like a 1-lander from Michael.
Lord, Force, Daze, Chalice, and
probably not. Man, a Ponder would be great.
Yeah, no, that is not a nice looking hand.
All right, so let's look at the top card.
So look at the hand before he shuffles. Hope he announced it. And shuffles for Jack. So we're looking at Jack's side. He's got a Recruiter, a Mama Plains, a Flicker Wisp, and a Containment Priest. He's running on 1 land, no Vial, so I think it's a little bit awkward.
So essentially, if Michael kept that hand with Force Will, he might have actually gotten there.
Maybe. Can you see a second land there?
There's a Plains, and that's it. Yep.
Yeah, so Sir Avenger, Mother of Runes, Plains,
Flicker Wisp.
Flicker Wisp, Containment Priest, Recruit of the Guard. Let's to keep that.
All right, so Jack keeps on top, so I can only assume it's a land.
Yep. So he's got Double Island, Curse Catcher.
Oh, that's some Mother Runes. Maybe he doesn't have an Aether Vial.
No, he didn't have an Aether Vial.
That is a bold move.
So we open on a Curse Catcher. I'd usually cut the Curse Catchers as well. There.
Dueling one mana things.
With Jack's having a slight advantage of not being able to be killed by anything ever.
Yeah. All right, so we can end step Containment Priest. Look, let's just talk about Golgari Charm for a sec. All right.
I don't think we're seeing Golgari Charm in this matchup.
I know, but imagine if we did. Can we get
So,
our producer to throw
again-
one on the table?
Once again, we have a reader for Containment Priest because no one can read.
I think Michael's wondering why there's a
masterpieces.
Yu-Gi-Oh card on the table. I think that's what he's actually wondering.
Okay, sure.
It's Exodia.
Now, would you say that based on this, Jack has boarded out his Aether Vials?
I hope he draws an Aether Vial. That would be very funny.
You can
Oh
use
my god, he actually did. He actually just drew an Aether Vial. That's so fucking fun. That's so funny.
Okay, so you can use Goblin Chain Welder to kill X-Bomb ones, apparently, but not Deathrite.
No, of course not. Why would you have a goblin that could kill Deathrite? I love it. I love
You
this.
do. You've got Tarfire.
This is making me giddy with excitement in a way I have not been excited in a long time.
Checking.
Why is he's
checking the Containment Piece, making sure it combos with the Aether Vial like he thinks it does.
Yeah.
And he's right. It does combo quite well.
synergy?
Synergy. But Jack does have the Flicker Wisp to reset his vial back to 0. Nah, he'll just flicker he'll flicker the Containment Piece before he vials. But Michael looks like he's quite confused by the interaction regardless.
I think that one might have slipped through, unfortunately. Sometimes, you just get a little bit too excited. And it's good because Jack's got a hand of double white spells and he can't cast them because he's got his Containment Priest.
Okay, so that looks like we've got True Name Nemesis Phantasmal Image. So we're about to start going into the territory where we were last game.
Yes, attack into the Mother Runes with protection.
What are you doing?
It's because now he's going to call a bluff and
he just
True
threw
Name.
his hands up in the air there.
True Name Nemesis.
No, Kapala. There we go.
Does he have a True Name in hand though?
So Kapala is a 1 blue 2/3 legendary merfolk.
Yeah, it's like the thing with the bob that like.
If you would target it with a spell or an ability, it costs 2 more. Well, for your opponents. If you would do it though, yours costs 2 less. So this is kind of like our replacement for Kira the Great Glass Spinner.
Yeah. This is just absolutely amazing deck building here. So Jack can't cast most of the spells in his hand other than, well, actually nothing. Whatever he's going to search up. Michael, yes.
Okay,
I do like it.
Will on the Recruiter. Interesting.
So I think Jack is desperate for that. No. Actually, if I'm Jack, I would absolutely let that Containment Priest trade the Kapala, not protect it.
Yeah, so he's got the...
Come on, True Name. Let's go, True Name.
That's not very appropriate, Angus.
Maybe I'm old and I don't get the references.
Anyway, so swings in for 4 and the Kapala gets blocked, so the 2 damage from Mutavault goes through.
Come on, Michael. Draw True Name. Or 7. All right. So now
Okay, so we've got the Flicker Wisp. We're getting... Oh, he's going to flicker his opponent's creature and kill it with the Containment Piece.
Yeah.
Nasty. But it does cost 2 more.
As in tap his land.
No, it costs 2 more because it's a Merfolk to be targeted by spells or abilities your
Oh,
opponent's
he's going
control.
to target, flick areas.
So he flicks that Containment Piece, puts in Sarah Angel, and...
Sarah Angel, you wish, Graham.
Turn it into a 5 cost.
Don't laugh. I've done it. Sarah
That's
Angel.
pretty much what the Exalted Angel Morph
No,
thing was.
just the straight up promo foil Sarah Angel played my Death and Taxes deck once. It wasn't good.
Oh,
and
okay.
It was quite hard to get to 5.
That's because it wasn't a beta one.
Yeah, no.
If it was a beta Sarah Angel, then you would have been able to cast it for 4 mana.
I'm way too beta for a beta Sarah Angel. All right, come on, True Name Nemesis. Let's go. I just want to say True Name again. Does it have any abilities, this Miss Kapala?
It makes your opponent's spells cost 2 more when they target a merfolk, and yours cost 2 less when they target a merfolk.
All right, so we have a phantasmal image, so we could copy.
So copy's the Sarah Avenger.
Not copying the best card in the deck, otherwise known as. Well, can't you just protect it? What if you got Flicker Wisp and then flick it out something else? Wouldn't have worked, would it?
Yeah, the same cost 2 thing applies. So I think we're going to get a block here. See
But then Mother Rune's just protections. And...
Yeah. Looks like he hasn't worked that part out yet. Okay. So Flicker Wisp apparently only applies if it's activated abilities. So that Flicker Wisp should have worked on Kapala before. Because it's a triggered ability instead.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's Friday night, so, guidelines, not rules again. Remember that.
Okay.
Master Sunday, though. Let's get.
This is our regular bell at Comp Bell next week. It's going to be interesting.
All I want to do is blind flip my Delver to a Golgari. I'm going to judge call to me game 1.
Okay. And to Jimbo in the chat, RTFC.
Red True Name Nemesis.
Yep.
Yes, let's get one of them. All right, so
Read the front of the card.
Jack's drawn some more lands. So we're going to Richard and Port, apparently the Kapala. Oh no, we're going to bounce it with Caracas. Right. Can someone do something normal, please? And then Source to Plowshares.
Source to Plowshare.
It just targets it and then it dies.
It dies in response.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then that's probably lethal then if Jack's getting in there. Yeah, that's lethal. That's 9.
So swings in.
I mean, he could technically use the Mutavault and
It can block with the Mutavault, but it doesn't do a lot here.
Okay.
And Jack doesn't even wait. He could have done it preemptively, but he decides to just aggressively slam down the Wasteland on the other side.
Throwing the Wasteland at it like a ninjutsu star it was a crime. He should have just picked it up and thrown it what's the Shuriken? That's what they're called.
Shuriken. So you think
I'm not a weeb at all.
Shuriken the Wasteland at him?
Yeah, that's what Wasteland's for. Just throw them aggressively at your opponent's lands, even if you can't cast your own spells. So we're going back for game 3 now. True Name Nemesis.
True Name Nemesis. We didn't see it that game and the Merfolk player lost. So do you think that's a coincidence, Stephen?
Okay, but Jack didn't really say anything interesting either.
No.
He had the incredible combo of Aether Vial, not being able to cast the spells in his hands, and Containment Priest.
Yeah.
Then we had Michael throwing his Curse Catcher into the Mother Runes.
Yep. There was a lot of strange plays which happened in that game.
No, sometimes, what if he's got Gut Shot in his deck and he's like, oh, tap and response, Gut Shot.
I would be very thrown out by that. I will admit that.
In a night of unorthodoxy, let's have some more weirdness. Maybe Gut Shot could be played in. No, it doesn't kill Deathrite Shaman.
And that is what Legacy flows around everyone. It's something can kill Deathrite.
Does this card kill Deathrite? I feel dumb actually with Golgari Charm because it doesn't kill Deathrite.
So back in Standard, when the last time I was playing Standard, which was a few years ago, we had this thing called the Jace test, and the Jace test moved over to Legacy because is this creature worth playing if your opponent has the Jace on the board, which they will half the time? It's Legacy.
Yeah.
And now we've also got the Deathrite test as well, which is just if I'm playing removal, does it kill Deathrite as well?
Do I play a deck built around 1/1s that attack in increments of 2 against an opposing 1/2 that can gain 2 life at the end of the turn anyway, after blocking? Yes. That's what Jimbo and I decided. Yes. Okay. All right, so we've got a turn 1. Is that a Vial into Chalice, or is that 2 Chalices?
That's a Vial, a Chalice, a Daze, a Master
No, there's
Waves,
no Chalice.
a Silver. Yeah, there's a Chalice
no Vial, sorry.
There's 2 Chalices. I would be down with this hand like a clown.
Is that good or bad? Because I'd ship that hand very quickly.
That looks like a great hand to me. I don't think you should have Chalice in the deck post-board,
right, okay.
I still think it's a great hand.
So it's essentially a 5-card hand.
So your Chalice turns off your opponent's Vial if they don't get it down in time, and it turns off the Swords. They're the 2 relevant cards that you care about. You don't really care about Mum.
Path to Exile against a deck with lots of basics. Interesting.
It's just a creature matchup. You're just bringing in to see how much you can deal with it.
Turn 2 True Name. Let's go.
Yep.
Chalice. Oh, look, Daisy's actually really good against Death and Taxes. It's secret.
You're on the play as well, so
you never get turn 2 Chalice.
do you ever want to get to turn 2 Chalice? I remember
but it's in the deck, so we do.
This was a misplay that you made casting your days when you were playing blue, white, red for the one and only time.
Casting it. When was when I was playing blue, white, red Delver like 4 years ago.
You played it once.
Yeah, that was a horrible deck. Oh yeah, because you can't go like land days Stoneforge. Yeah, I think I've talked about this extensively. All right, so basic island and a pass back. So Jack draws a Caracas. It's good.
Okay, so we've got a Mother of Runes.
If not this, what?
So
Days.
Looking at dazing it.
Yes, do it. Absolutely. It's like the only good card in Death and Taxes.
This is true.
Yeah.
But there's no removal in Michael's deck, so it doesn't even matter. Like, I think you want to get to the Silver Galetta route more than you want to put yourself a turn back.
Yes,
with the
I
days,
love
but,
it.
Yep, okay. So you'll find this though.
Yes, maybe that means it's wrong then. All right, so we're going to see. Okay, and Jack peels the Thalia off the top. So it looks like he always looks like he planned for it. All right, so do you want to Chalice on one?
He did mull, so yeah, he scryed. I must have seen it.
So Silver Gill reveals Silver Gill.
Must have drawn that. Must be nice.
Oh, he had the Silver Gill, didn't he?
I thought he just had a Master of the Pearl Trident.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Matt. Daisy's great against Death and Taxes. All right, True Name Nemesis. All right,
Okay.
in for 2.
Swings in.
There we go, True Name.
We've got the true name.
All right, so Jack's got a Sarah Avenger. He can't play this. Okay, he's got the Council Judgment. It costs 4 mana now. Okay, so Phantasmal Image. Yeah, no.
Yeah, there's a phantasmal image there. There is 2 lords, and there is a chalice. You just want to jam the phantasmal image, so
Yeah, let's not get fancy. Let's just jam.
like in terms of
I can see.
so
What,
you can deal with it with Council's Judgment, and you can deal with it with Cataclysm if that's a card that Jack is playing in his deck. But for the most part, just
Well, Thalia is actually being a great nuisance right now because, he just peels the land. But he still needs to get to 4 mana. So we'll be casting another Sarah Avenger.
okay. So it's the battle of the
3/3s.
3/3s,
The
or
non-interacting
3/1s.
three power attackers.
Yeah, which is, as I said in the first game.
Oh,
how
yeah,
this matchup
Chalice on
goes.
2.
Um,
No, don't do that, actually. That's a
so
terrible
you want
idea.
to chalice on one, and I think you just want to lay down a lord.
Yep. That would turn off. Well, you can't Chalice on one because he's...
So goes for the Silvergill instead. Draws a card. Was that another phantasmal image? No, that was
another Lord. All right, so...
Well, that was the one he had. So swings in for 8. Jack elects not to path.
he can't, Thalia.
He can't because of Thalia.
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
Close race.
Yeah, but I think this
And
is...
peels the 4th land.
So along with the Mutavault attack, he just has the attack there from wideness.
Yeah, we can just get... when Merfolk does this, it's pretty hard to beat.
Yeah.
It just goes Lord, 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 Lord. Or even better, True Name. True Name into Lords. He's got another Lord in hand? Yes, he does. He's got the new one, Master.
He's got the Master of the Pearl Trident.
Yeah. Jack's got a pretty easy attack in with Sarah Avenger. Obviously, he took it then because Mike was down to 9. Jide. Sure, why not? Let's just play the Lord and Crush. Although with he's got 2 removal spells.
It doesn't, because you can activate the Mutavault, it just plays around this anyway.
Oh, of course, because he's got 6 guaranteed power.
Yep, so he plays the Master,
and that's
Jack
it.
scoops it up, goes to Merfolk.
Well done to Michael on bringing back Merfolk back from the grave.
And Michael wins this particular FNM.
Congratulations to him. I think it was a valiant effort.
Yep, and well done to him as well. Hopefully we will see him running it back on Sunday at the Masters event. Otherwise, we've been General Games FNM Legacy. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Have a great night.
like a never fading whisper in the breeze.